Well, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me once again. I want to follow up on something that I don't usually talk about on this particular channel. Most of the time, I talk about these kind of subjects is usually on my Christian channel. But I just have to bring it out on this channel because this is the most viewed channel as in comparison to my Christian channel. And it does involve politics, okay? Now, the last video I did, about a couple of videos ago, I did a video on former President Obama in an interview talking about he believed that aliens and UFOs existed, but that he'd never seen them, but he believed they existed, okay? Well, in this article I'm about to read to you guys right here, well, you can't see it, it's like, it talks about Trump pledges to release the alien files. He pledges to release the alien files. Now, I'm going to read this article, and I'm going to give you guys some information to dig a little bit deeper into this because I think there's something major going on here that is, once again, bigger than politics, but will involve politics. So let's get right into this. President Donald Trump announced on Thursday that he will be releasing all government files related to UFOs and aliens. I'm pretty sure L.A. Marzulli was on top of this. The president issued his announcement via his Truth Social account on Thursday. Quote, based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters, Trump wrote. The president issued his announcement after he chastened former President Barack Obama for saying aliens are real, which he later walked back. Now listen to what Trump says. This is what Trump apparently said. Quote, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to do that, Trump said. He gave classified information. He wasn't supposed to do that. Really? Is Trump in on something here that we don't know about? And when you become the president, before you become the president, I'm going to make this assumption. Because before you become the president, you probably are not privy to a lot of things that they're doing. And then when you become a president, they start briefing you on what's really going on, the technology they have, the information they have, and then your eyes are open to what's really going on in the United States government. It sounds like that pretty much might be what the case is. Trump goes and say, I don't know if they're real or not, but I can tell you he gave classified information. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it, quote, end quote. Obama said in a recent podcast interview that aliens are real, but I haven't seen them. The former president also said that aliens are not kept at Area 51. Okay, which is interesting. I mean, am I supposed to believe the former president that aliens are not kept at Area 51? Most people would be like, oh, former President Obama said they're not kept at Area 51. They're not. What are you, a God figure or something? None of these presidents and leaders are God figures, people. We got to go beyond what they say. But anyway, I digress. He goes, there's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the president of the United States, he added. What are these people up to? What are they really up to? There is an enormous conspiracy. There is a government conspiracy. They are hiding things from the American people for their own nefarious reasons. And I might get in trouble for this. Pray for me, okay? Obama walked back his comments saying that he, quote, saw no evidence during his presidency that, quote, extraterrestrials have made contact with us. I was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round, but since it's gotten attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good that there's life out there, Obama added. End of article. Yeah. Whatever, man. Whatever. I wanted to continue that, and I know that this is kind of like a digression of a lot of the things that I do talk about. But it's not completely because it still deals with politics. Because why? Politicians are involved in it. Former President Obama was a politician. He was a freaking former president of the United States for 2 terms. President Trump obviously is the president. It's politics. It involves politics. So we're going to talk about it for just a few minutes. Now, I find it interesting that Trump would make this proposal that he's going to release these files. Now, some people may argue, well, this is all about trying to cover up the Epstein files, woo, 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 this, that, and the other. They're trying to get away from that. Maybe, maybe not. In my opinion, I highly doubt it, because it has already been validated that Trump had nothing to do with it. In 2006, there was something that happened, and I did a video on that. He's not a part of that. He went to the Epstein party or something like that, but when he found out how freaky Epstein was, he disassociated with him. And let me say this, dealing with the Epstein files. Just because someone was on the plane necessarily, and just because someone's in Epstein files, doesn't necessarily mean they were doing the freaky deaky with underage people. It don't necessarily mean that. But in my personal opinion, I do believe a vast majority of them are involved in it. Okay. Celebrities, politicians, the highest up are involved in some freaky deaky satanic. When I say satanic, I don't mean metaphorically. I mean literally. These people literally worship Satan. Okay. And they are doing some crazy stuff in order to open up portals. Yeah, I'm going to another area here. Let me start bringing it on back on in. Let me bring it on back on in. I'm doing too much right now. Let me bring it on back in on this channel. But I find it interesting that President Trump would say this, okay, at such a time as this. Now, I talked to you guys a while back in the last video I did about a man by the name of L.A. Marzulli, who I have great admiration for. And he is a Christian. And me being a Christian, I'm going to, when I try to deal with these kind of subjects, I try to deal with them from a biblicentric point of view. And L.A. Marzulli has been on the trail of these UFOs and UAPs for decades. He's one of the premier researchers and investigators dealing with this subject. It's very, very controversial and very, very, very serious subject. Okay, and so because of that's the case, if you guys are interested in his work, then I'm going to just suggest it to you here. And I'm pretty sure L.A. Marzulli don't mind me doing this. Here's his DVD set. This is 5-disc. UFO Disclosure, 5-disc set. And then here's the other set. Okay. They had all of them. It combined, they make up 10 DVDs in all. These are very, very good. One deals with evidence from the debris field. The other is the UFO phenomena, extraterrestrial or interdimensional. And remember, I talked about that. I kind of mentioned that in the last video. I believe that they're interdimensional. I believe that these are fallen angels, based on the narrative of Genesis chapter 6, i.e. the sons of God. They are trying to rehash that again. They're trying to create a hybrid race again using the UFO phenomena. That's what I believe. That's what L.A. Marzulli believes. Cattle mutilations, the Roswell, revisiting Roswell, something that former President Obama said is ain't happening. Well, he mentioned Area 51. Area 51 is different. And alien abduction. All of these things are mentioned in these DVDs. Also, this book here, Rungs of Disclosure, he wrote back in 2024. It was released in 2024. I highly recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Well-researched, well-cited, well-documented. If you really want to know about the alien phenomena and UFO abduction and all that, and the reality of this and how this is going to play politically, this is a good book right here. Okay, I highly recommend it. For those who are interested, you can go to lamarzulli.com. I think it's lamarzulli.com or lamarzulli.net, and you can purchase those items there. But I mentioned that to say that I believe something is very, very big on the horizon. And I mentioned it in this video because it involves politics all the way. It is bigger than the liberal establishment. It's bigger than the conservative establishment. It's bigger than MAGA. It's bigger than PAGA, CAGA, whatever you want to call it. Okay? And it's going to unite. When this happens, when it happens, and I believe it's going to happen. I'm giving a lot here, but I believe there's going to be an alien disclosure. And what I mean by alien disclosure, I'm not talking about just the president releasing files. We're going to have an invasion. I believe that. Now, I pray that I'm not here when it happens, but we're going to have that. We're going to see mile-wide craft coming in the sky over every city. I know that's frightening to be talking about in this video, but people better get ready. And it's not going to be good. It's going to be purely demonic, but it's going to pose as something unifying. These entities, these aliens will come and bring us peace and prosperity, right? They will probably offer us some kind of a chip or something that will allow us to live forever, right? It gets deep. It gets deep. And I can't go into the detail in this video, but yeah. And it's going to unite everyone in the world. You talking about liberals and conservatives, all that's going to be done away with. We will be unified, but we will be unified under the wrong umbrella. My question is to those that are watching this, where you going to be? What you going to do? What will be your response when this happens? Because it's going to happen. And they've been talking about it for a long, long time. Alien disclosure and government disclosing UFOs. As a matter of fact, let me say this before I start closing, winding down. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in an interview stated, and I recall watching this interview, stated that if she becomes president, this is when Trump was running, when she was running a campaign against Trump. She said if she becomes president, that she may disclose information on aliens and UFOs. She said that. It wasn't AI. She said it. What's going on here? What is the government hiding from us? While they keep us distracted over Trump being a Nazi and all this other nonsense, what are they really hiding from us? I'm just saying. So I wanted to bring that out. I wanted to share that information with you guys because I think there's something very, very big on the horizon, and we're getting prepped up for it. Oh, and by the way, let me say this, and I promise I'm closing. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard of the new movie that's supposed to be coming out in June or July, directed by the great Steven Spielberg. And guess what the name of the movie is? It's an alien movie. Guess what the name of the movie is? Disclosure Day. Makes you want to say, And now Trump is talking about disclosing information about alien files. What's going on here, dude? Connect the dots. Something funky going on here. Either you can call it a distraction or some big event is going to take place. Question is, how are we going to respond to it? I know how I'm going to respond to it. I know what it is. And I rebuke it in the name of Jesus because I know what it is. I know what it is. I pray it don't happen, but eventually it's going to happen. And when it does, if I'm here, I know how to respond. Question is, how are you going to respond? Just saying. But anyway, what is your comments on? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.